Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Solo Score Rush. We're finally getting onto the second to last match of this pretty interesting weekend. We've had some very, very crazy matches. Even a few hours ago, we had a crazy match, but this one is going to be Silicosis versus manwelcchii. This is the first match in that losers area. They will be going on to face, I believe, let me just check. They will be facing Ine in the conditional, so definitely going to be a very scary area. Not only in this match, but in that next match. I mean, I think everyone's seen how Ine has been performing, and it's been quite crazy. But here we go. It looks like we're still getting into the start of the rolls, so nothing happening too much yet, but I guess we could talk about both these players. Silicosis being a pretty consistent player all around, whether it be in the kind of later stage or in the early stages. manwelcchii being decently physical in just everything, not really specializing too hard in an area. Maybe Rice. I think their Ellens and hybrids may be slightly on the weaker side, but I wouldn't say by too much. Potentially an area Silicosis might be able to take advantage of. But I do know Silicosis, I guess, dips down just a little bit the later on it gets. Okay, so it looks like we'll be seeing Race 3 be banned, our per Jack file. It makes sense. This isn't really one of those Jack files that you can go into and easily win. A lot of anchors, a lot of tricky ones at that, and some long ones as well. Not really a traditional Jack pick that a lot of people might be used to, so it makes sense to see it be banned across a lot of other matches, even for players who are confident when it comes to card Jack. We see people missing on it every now and then, and Rice 7 going to be banned, which I think is a very smart choice, especially given that if you did pay attention to Philippine nationals from this year, Silicosis performed really well when it came to another file that's very similar to Rice 7. Gamma stopped sending me ratchet samples. It's the Lemon Guy file that I think a lot of people might be familiar with, either from that or from a very, very old NWC, I believe. So probably a smart choice to go with. But immediately going into race 5. Bit of an interesting one. We haven't really seen this be picked too much, so I'm not really too sure if this is a good one or not. I guess it could go either way. I think one thing we've seen is a pick like this one and Rice 1 tend to have very different results. So I wouldn't really say this is a good prediction in terms of what to expect on Rice 1. But I guess it could maybe give us a little bit of insight, especially just because this file in particular is very bursty rather than just continuous strain. Not to mention this is part of the Flash Flash Revolution tournament from this year, round 3 in the higher bracket. So some people might be familiar with it because of that specifically. I'm very interested to see how both these players do. I think Silicosis is a bit better when it comes to the speed aspect. I could be wrong though, but I do think Silicosis thrives a little bit on that speed aspect. So it might be just a little bit of a scary pick for manwelcchii. But like I said, the thing we've seen with Rice 1 and this pick in specific is that they don't really correlate to equal winning in terms of being able to dominate. Rice 1 doesn't exactly mean domination on Rice 5. But we'll see. The starting bursts aren't too bad. These first two Ellens with the other notes around them can be a little bit tricky, and it's very easy to get a grade on them just because they are quite fast, especially just because it's 3 columns. But it looks like Lot is going to be joining me. Hello, Lot. Give me a second. But I guess as we're getting into this first course, this is where you start to see a lot of these dumps start to kind of come in and out. A little bit more continuous, but not as continuous as something like Rice 1. But Silicosis is holding that accuracy advantage still. Dropping a little bit there, but still, that is huge. As we're continuing, it looks like these dumps are starting to get a little bit more trickier, which is resulting in both these players having just a little bit of trouble when it comes to that accuracy side, which I don't blame them too much, especially because these like dump bursts, especially when it comes to DZ files, they tend to be quite finger control heavy, and we're going to see that kind of make its way a little bit more in the ending section. I think if people are familiar with this file, the ending does get a little bit trickier just because it gets a little bit faster. But as we're continuing on. We're getting through this break part, and we're slowly going to go back into these thirsty dumps that we've been seeing throughout, but it is going to get just a little bit harder. I think it's going to be a little bit noticeable for both of these players, but maybe not too bad. It really just depends on how both these players feel in terms of their condition.
Yeah. UR is surprisingly stable. Like, it's pretty concentrated in the middle 50% of the 300 range. A few 200 here and there, especially one recently from Silicosis. But nothing much, honestly. Both guys are really stable. The lead is switching a bit to Arrow, but anything can happen in this pretty high intensity part of the song.
Yeah, I think it's like I was saying earlier, this like ending section gets a lot more spiky and a lot faster, so maybe this could be indicating who has the physical advantage. I don't really know though, because these accuracies are still like way too close to tell.
Okay, this will go crazy in a traditional 1v1.
It still does!
Right?
Like, okay, if it was like a traditional tournament, obviously that would be like a point, like an easy point. But like 303 of a difference? That means nothing, dude.
Yeah. It does show that both players may have an equal footing on most Rise maps, and the competition will be pretty tough, especially considering both of them are Rise mains. Maybe Silicosis could use Manuel's slight Ellen disadvantage by picking Ellen maps, but it's kind of a gamble.
Yeah, I was like saying, like, I mean, both these players, I mean, obviously they're both well-rounded. I mean, they're higher seeds for a reason, but it's just the fact that they don't have the strongest accuracy when it comes to these like Ellen hybrid picks. I think it's more going to depend on who has the slightly higher accuracy, and it might be Silicosis. I do know they're able to like play these like really early game Ellens like really well, so it might transfer over here.
Yeah, I think all the picks kind of make sense, but this one I think is a bit of a transitioning, like an examination of Manuel's Ellen skills, because this is a hybrid after all, and it's presented in a pretty straightforward way with a few spikes here and there.
This takes me back. I think it was like it was either round of 32 or round of 16. It was like the hybrid that was a collab between you, Cub, and Rick.
That was unknown territory from round of 16, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That reminds me of the match that manwelcchii, whatever, he had against, I think, Pavin. And we saw him struggle a little bit, and Elle's saying how he struggles a little bit when it comes to that hybrid aspect, just because it's maintaining both of these different skill sets, and especially not having like a strong Ellen fundamental in terms of that accuracy could provide a little bit of trouble here as well.
I guess accuracy matters a bit, just a very bit less here, because the raw skill kind of invalidates accuracy a bit. But that's why we have only 7.7 here after all, and a higher Ellen count.
Yeah, I mean, we saw how the last pick went, so I mean, I don't know, maybe accuracy does matter. I mean, we see it right now.
Yeah. Silicosis is dropping a lot more than expected. Whoa.
Yeah,
like, for a split second, I thought Manuel, Era, whatever, is having a disadvantage because of the initial drop.
It's so close!
Wait, that actually happened? Oh my god! That's 2 maps already!
Jesus! Man, I really wonder if that statement carries over now, because I mean, obviously we saw him struggle a little bit when it came to that round of 16 hybrid one. And I mean, this one maybe not as like techy, maybe a little bit more about rat skill set, it's just for like these shields, but still.
Those shields are honestly a bit more Ellen biased, like by nature. And Silicosis, but I would have expected Silicosis to do better, but it seems like this specific skill set is against him right now.
Yeah, I mean, it is, I guess, in a way, kind of an unorthodox pick in like tournament nature, just because, I mean, it's like that kind of I guess, quote-unquote mini tiebreaker. Consistency hybrid testing both like the jack transitioning and the string transitions. Who knows? Maybe the ending will spike things up.
Surely Silicosis will gain in the L density part, like at least more than Arrow. Oh,
You cursed it. You cursed it.
I am an extremely competent cursor.
I mean, there's still the ending section, and like you said, I mean, potentially, maybe the Ellen section giving Manuel a little bit of trouble.
I think the climb by Silicosis is here, but it's not as noticeable. There's still a lot of 200s here and there, mainly from early releases. And here comes the ending part.
Yeah, I think if we're gonna see it, maybe another miss, it's definitely gonna be here. But I don't know. I mean, it looks like both these players are being pretty consistent, even despite that miss from Silicosis.
The ending is going to be the most chokeable part, though. Like a lot of these fast 200-ish shoots, but no one's missing, and that earlier miss from Silicosis is going to give Arrow quite the advantage early on.
Barely, though.
Yeah. What's 5,000 on the face of the entire map, the entire match with like 10 maps maximum played, excluding the final scoring?
Yeah, I mean, especially because like as we get into like these harder pools, the more like you play these, the easier it is to just mess up more than once. Because especially like when you're surrounded by like a lot of different notes, and especially like these Ellen picks when we get into them, if you mess up like one of these notes, it's easy either to just column lock or just to get a flurry of these bad judgments.
Yeah. I guess we could try to circumvent that by using extreme OD values, but that's something for the future. For now, it's just OD 8, 7-ish for now.
Anomaly?
Oh, okay.
I don't know how I feel about that.
That's 2 hybrids out. I actually am pretty. I thought Silicosis would pick something else, considering Hybrid 1 went south.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it leans on the tech side. Maybe it might work. They're pretty different. I mean, they still have like those shields and like they have these addition of dumps. So maybe
It's so uncertain.
I mean, we saw how Rise 5 went. It was close, and especially adding that Ellen aspect, if Silicosis does have that advantage, maybe it could work in his favor.
The Ellen here is, I would say, more like quick cut, so it's not as coordination heavy as, for example, the Ellen density part in Hybrid 1 per se. So it's like an entirely different dynamic when it comes to LNs. For Rise, I'm unsure. There's the only like mini jack test so far is Hybrid 1, and no one has missed on the shield or mini jacks so far.
Actually, I think maybe one thing, like you said, it's not the coordination aspect, but it's actually the release aspect that's in this hybrid. And if you look at like some like the previous matches, like I think on Hook, Manuel had a lot of trouble like with those releases, and you're starting to see it here as well.
GG. I think both players can drop a lot of accuracy at once, but seems like Arrow is having more of those sudden drops.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to have like a heavy coordination aspect. You're going to have the aspect of having to release these sounds really quickly and on time.
Both players are actually on equal edge right now, but anything can change, especially towards the second half, which I would say is more chokeable because of the frequent usage of shields. They're also very slippery. Oh,
on the break!
Well, Silicosis definitely needed it.
Ooh!
What? There's no stack nodes, aren't there?
No!
Anomaly, WDVG, Beyond, File, Open AI mod. Errors 0, no stack nodes, but both players dropped on the most. Dude,
Oh, I don't know who has this because I mean Manuel missed twice, but they were so close together that it doesn't impact as much.
Silicosis
Oh,
miss on the first. And
I
that
was
miss is
gonna
also
say,
super dirty because that's Alan shoots as well.
yeah, I was gonna say if they didn't mess up on like the 1/3 jacks, they might mess up here, and one of them did, and even at the ending too.
That is not helping Silicosis. Well, that went south real quick once again.
Yeah, I was really unsure about this pick, and I think that really showed how kind of unsure it was. But I mean, at least the hybrids are gone.
Yeah, it seems like it's a keycap problem from Silicosis. Ron needs a new keyboard.
I mean, you could just replace the keycaps.
The new keyboard that's arriving in so-called 2 days in question.
But going into race two. Wait, I said two twice. That was kind of cool.
GG. I don't know if this will come off as malicious, but this is kind of a sensible pick to combat against someone with a weak keycap.
Yeah, especially just because of how extremely dense this is.
Yeah, it's a lot of brute forcing.
At this point, this is like guerrilla warfare, dude. We'll see though. I mean, I guess the one good thing for the players is like, I guess depending on who you are, this pick might either be one of the easier ones or one of the harder ones. It really just depends on your skill set.
It kind of is in a similar situation as Dan's Core Jack, but I would argue this is an entirely different skill set because of all the
Oh yeah.
one-handed trills and like the delay between two hands when you execute two-handed trills.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think like the kind of idea you're trying to get around, I think that perfectly matches in the sense that like not everyone can play Zen's Chord Jack, but everyone can play like Chord Jack. It's that same way of thinking, but with just streams instead.
Yeah, it's like there's a pretty steep learning gap between you can do it and you cannot do it.
Yeah, I think like this one. I mean, you see the drill start to mess up Silicosis a little bit, and I think that's the one thing that you're gonna kind of see within these like denser picks. If you can't play them, you're kind of screwed.
Anyways, this is going to be the hardest part coming right here. There's a lot of two-handed trills, like, might be a bit overshot, like, it could have been nerfed, but at this point, everyone is so stacked, like, I didn't expect them to still be able to hold above 99%, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not helping either of these players. Kind of one of those situations where it's like, yeah, neither player is like completely proficient, but neither player isn't like bad at it per se.
Yeah, but Silicosis may have to resort to like sacrifice accuracy to hold combo because he's been missing a lot, and Osamania always punish misses way too much in the tournament setting.
Yeah, I mean, the accuracies are so close, especially despite that. It's just the fact that he missed, like you said, but maybe it might change. I mean, this section's a little bit easier, so maybe...
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's a bit more straightforward. Oh, congratulations, the jump trills, of course.
Yeah, I don't think either of them are gonna miss, unless like Silicosis keycaps like completely just like wobble out.
Yeah, the ending will punish you so much if you miss once, though. But no one missed.
Gaining a little bit of score from that too.
Congratulations, Silicosis' first 6,000s.
I mean, that's definitely a much needed kind of breakthrough that Silicosis needed, just given the fact that both of his hyper picks really went south, like you said.
However, the next we are into the ban phase now, so it's going to be a bit of like a break in terms of stamina.
I don't know what I think either of them should hold. What do you think? I'm like looking, but I don't know like what the clear ban is.
Okay, Manuel banned Rice 1. I can argue that Silicosis might ban Rice 6 just because it's the most like jack heavy map and it's the most anti-keycap thing.
I mean, we saw how Rice 2 went. You could argue something similar, but I think maybe Rice 6 could have been a little bit of a better ban. Just how Rice 2 went.
Perhaps. I think both players have like oh, I called it.
Huh.
Okay, surely Silicosis isn't eavesdropping here.
Are they both just like banning each other's picks?
Water Sigma.
I don't know. I mean, none of the Ellens are banned. That's the thing. You never see all the Ellens stay on the spot. There's always one banned, but you see none of them banned here.
Which is also super surprising because both players are supposed to be Rise biased all-rounders. So they could have banned an Ellen pick that's against their skill set?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, we saw something like Rice 3 and Rice 6 get banned, and like you said, like with the jacks and the keycaps, this is like almost like the same situation, but with Ellen.
Right. Probably the least intuitive pick out of all the LNs. I would expect like LN 6?
I don't know, this is interesting to see. I guess depending on how this goes, I guess it might leave a little bit of foundation for some of the LN picks that could happen later on.
We'll see.
What's crazy is that there's only one Rice pick left, and then it's all the LNs. That never happens.
The battle between Rice mains, by the way. But maybe that contributes because they're banning this Rice skill set that their opponent is most critical on, or they're also banning the Rice skill set that would give them, or like they're picking all the Rice picks first because they're Rice mains. That's probably like the two main hypotheses that I have right now.
I mean, when you're in a situation like this, especially like in the losers bracket, you have to have all these different strategies in your head to make sure to win.
If you're like proficient, like at the you can do this level, then this map will benefit you quite a lot, especially if your opponent is on the you cannot do this zone. That happened with Arrow right there. A significant drop in Axie down below 99.
Yeah, that first and like fourth column, I don't know what happened there, but that was really bad. But I guess the good thing is like the lead that's still there.
Well, congratulations.
I mean, that's exactly what I was saying though. Like with these harder picks, if you mess up once, you could mess up so much.
Yeah, this one is also like the most column lockable one because it's LN walls, a lot of LN anchors that has all these hit windows intertwined with each other.
Is this gonna be like one of the other Rice picks where like like the hybrids where we saw Manuel have like a huge lead, but this way it's the other way around, and Silicosis is gonna get that huge lead, so it's gonna make up for a little bit of what we saw.
Silicosis is trading off a bit. I guess the map does get harder towards the end, and it kind of like exaggerates the you can or cannot do it factor. Well, it is definitely showing right now, but is there enough time?
I heavily doubt it. Yeah, we're literally at the end.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
That is a well-needed breakthrough that Silicosis is going to get.
Yeah, especially in this like second phase of picks. I mean, the lead isn't even that huge still. Like we've seen some bigger leads, even like despite how close some of these matches have been. So who knows what could happen?
Okay, it's crazy because Silicosis is like the keycaps are actually still bad, but he somehow is getting decent scores against Arrow.
Just gotta wait for those keycaps.
Haha.
Oh,
Round 6. It's a gamble.
I don't know. I think you're right. This is a huge gamble. I don't really know if this is the right choice.
I don't think any of the remaining picks are beneficial, honestly. Even Rice 4, the only Rice pick left, is also the riskiest pick of arguably the entire map pool.
I mean, you could argue LN2 and LN5 might be good. I mean, LN2, the density, obviously that one's... I mean, even then, that one has like those anchors, so it's kind of coordination heavy, but maybe LN5, just the fact that in a way it's a little bit more Rice favored. Not by much, but a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, Silicosis. Pneumo note from Michael Scholar says silicovolcanonucleosis.
Why?
Because
I wonder if they're gonna I wonder if either of them are gonna mess up here. I've seen it. Yup! Yup!
I did it! I did it!
I was literally gonna say, I've literally seen matches where that keeps happening. I don't know if it's like a sight read thing or if it's just like that hard.
I don't think it's that hard, but I mean, Dark Chaser messed up on the Cybernetic Vampire Lacrima, so... Oh, anyways, we have this 3-node column thing.
Please let my job be complete. Please. Miss.
You're evil.
I just want them to miss, man. I made it hard on purpose.
I think, like, the entire intro is mind-blockable and just very easy to go unlock, and then this part is just... You mind-blocked it yourself. Congratulations. It just shows how, like, anti-player the entire map is. Even if it's technically balanced.
Especially with it all being in the beginning, too.
If there's spam retry too much, then that is definitely an issue. Like, they need to learn how to, like, not spam retry to mind block all the earlier patterns.
Yeah, but thankfully we're getting out of those patterns, and the lead is shrinking. It's really not on either side.
Yeah, Silicosis might be favored right now if nothing happens.
Yeah, I think especially just because this section is a little bit on the slower side, which might help a little bit, just because Silicosis has shown just a little bit of better accuracy within like slower LNs, like especially like on the beginning of the last pick.
It's unpredictable though, because like every section is a completely new skill set, and even in the parts that I thought are easy, players can still drop significant amounts of ash.
God, this is so scary because like this is literally like I guess the hardest LN pick. You don't expect it to be this close, and it's not even like. Never mind.
What the Sigma?
I mean, there's still the next part. I guess maybe Silicosis could miss.
Okay, the funny thing though, this is as wild of a forecast as possible, but Silicosis might have a disadvantage on the final scoring, which is very likely to happen because of that keycap issue. And this map will probably be a lot closer than anticipated. I hope. I really hope. I just want a close...
Ooh.
Okay. Speaking of keycaps,
Even the lead's not even changing that much. Like, that was a little bit of a dirty drop, and it still barely changes. Like, it's literally at the same point it was before.
Which is crazy. But first, I'm dropping on the previous release section, and this stop and go wall section is also tripping them up.
Yeah, especially like you said, like it being stop and go requires just a lot of that kind of mental and physical stamina. Just because like you're so used to being at a constant motion, especially just because of how like crazy the song gets.
Yeah, the entire map is also continuous as opposed to that specific part.
Yeah, I mean even on like the break sections, like you have like those sections, like the inverse sections.
Well, I guess the gamble failed for Arrow. Silicosis is getting that slight bit of score instead.
I mean, we'll have to see how the other picks went. I mean, if Manuel isn't able to get like any score from like any of the other ones, maybe it's not so much of a gamble.
I think
Or at least,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. The entire match is a gamble when all the rice picks are exhausted at this point.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's not like as bad as a gamble that it could have been, but we do have to wait and see how the rest of this match goes. I mean, it's still his pick, so potentially he's able to recover some of that score or all of it.
I
Oh, race 4.
well, the only rice pick left.
I guess maybe this is the real gamble. I don't really know though. I mean,
Both players are on equal footing right now, honestly.
yeah, I think it's just gonna come to who's able to comfortably play these like really techie, fast patterns rather than just accuracy.
Like, considering the skill you would and like the qualifier seed alone, Silicosis might have the upper hand, but considering the current keycap issue and just the high stakes nature of this match specifically, it can go either way. Silicosis might be the most nervous person right now.
Yeah, especially with like not knowing if like your keycaps are gonna like mess you up at any point, and just the fact that this is a losers match. I mean, obviously both of them are gonna be nervous because like it's the losers bracket, but I think it's just the fact that on a pick like this one, you have a lot of these like sudden bursts, which makes it a lot more harder.
Surely none of the players are sight reading. This pick is unsight readable by all means.
I mean, we've seen it happen, and we've seen players still score good on it. So maybe not the best thing to sight read, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they do.
Sight reads are funny. We could argue that it's beneficial to the tournament scene, but it's very hard to implement. And yeah,
I think it just depends.
I don't know.
But we're getting into like this first session. It's not going to be too bad. I wouldn't be surprised if both of them are able to combo it, especially just given that the second half it's where it hits.
Yeah. There's still a bit of manipulating here, although it's not as apparent because like traditional manip will just cause you to get 200s.
They get a little bit of a break here. I guess they could look at the accuracies if they really wanted to, which I guess might be worse just because they'll know how close they are.
Yeah, I think seeing the leaderboard, like the real-time leaderboard, makes you perform worse. Whoa, oh,
This is where it hits.
yeah. Okay, yesterday, during the Darkigizer versus Nat match, both figures missed at the same spot, and I thought there was a stat note.
Luckily for you, there isn't. It's just really hard to combo. That's the issue.
Yeah. Could be like both players focusing on the exact same choke point because this map is just very fluctuating in the intensity, like the difficulty in general.
Yeah, it has like a very, very different skill set that a lot of tech files don't like. Obviously, a lot of them are going to test like your finger control and like independency, but sometimes they don't really test how fast you can go into like a lot of these bursts.
Yeah. Also, one more thing I want to mention, the mini jacks, despite being slow, is very nerve-wracking. Like, they're so slow that it feels like you can't really play it with brute force. You have to control how fast you tap those mini jacks. That could have been
Absolutely.
quite the lead for Manuel, though. Like, yeah, lag spike.
It came down to 4 grades, dude. What? That's insane.
Okay, but lucky enough, it's just one miss. Imagine like 17 misses. I know a lot of lag spikes result in an entire chain of misses going from 99 to like 98.
Yeah, it just depends on the severity of the lag spike, but with that out of the way, it's literally only the elements left, dude.
3 picks remaining for all players.
How often do you see only the elements left, dude?
0.
Yeah, that's crazy. All of these are going to be like such high gamble picks.
It's all high stakes, high reward. Or is there?
I don't even know now that you say that. I mean, especially like how these like recent picks have gone. Even when they win, it's by so little.
Like somehow, the reward is much less than anticipated. So it does show like this extreme level of uncertainty in all these Ellen picks, which is expected for 2 Rice mains, but that does make the match almost more exciting after all.
I don't know if I like this, especially with how the beginning of Ellen 6 went.
Hey Manuel, this is Ellen Tech for your information. There's a bit of release aspect in there, so that's your information for this map.
This is evil Ellen.
Lacrima. Do not forget the Lacrima.
Like a vampire, instead of sucking your blood, it's gonna suck your score off.
GG.
I'm scared for Silicosis just because of how the beginning of I went. I don't know if they're gonna mess up a lot more. Is it faster? I don't think it's as fast. I mean, similar, but I don't know if it's faster. That's the thing.
Weird. Also, this. Let me check the BPM. Ice Lacrima was 220 BPM, and this one is 231. So this is faster and a lot more frequent.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that early miss definitely could help a little bit, but like, in the grand scheme of things, if this pattern misses Silicosis up, is it gonna really help?
There's still a bit more left. Oh. Well, that is what Manuel is needing right now. I know it's not as dirty as the initial miss. Perhaps time will tell.
Yeah, there's still a lot of like these really tricky bursts as well in these releases, so potentially we could see one of them just mess up a lot more in this like later half, but who really knows? It looks like, yeah, I was gonna oh, okay, never mind.
Oh, that first was the first like a choke point?
Maybe it's just like the transition going into it after like playing those trolls.
Yeah, I guess I would expect like it being a bit less punishing for Percy players, but I guess it's the transition, as you said, yeah.
It's like you were saying earlier, how like even despite like being able to win these picks, it's so little that like does it really matter?
This little accumulation may make a change though. Like I wouldn't say 3,600 is small, especially considering one more of that and it's almost equal for Manuel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Will got ganked. The Southeast Asian parent ganking.
I mean, at least it's his pick again.
One more gamble. Let's go. Gambling. Long note tournament edition.
Which is going to be our prize? I feel like maybe LN1 or LN2 would be fun for Silicosis. I feel like the one pick that might hurt would be LN5.
I actually thought otherwise. Like I thought LN1 might be the most like damaging because it has a lot of shields.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Hybrid 1 didn't go too badly for either of them. Obviously, they're different, but I feel like LN1 might be a little bit beneficial for Silicosis.
Wait, no. You know your origin. Can you answer Mari's question?
Wait, where?
Asian moms versus Mexican moms, who walks in the room more?
It's exactly that.
Oh, it's LN1 by Manuel. It's by Manuel, so yeah, that's right now my current prediction. Like, Silicosis wouldn't pick this.
I don't know, this is...
Wait, whose pick is it right now? Wait, hold on. I lost track of it.
Let me check. What is this match? It is 116. Yeah, it's Silicosis pick.
Yeah, it's Silicosis pick.
Okay, I don't know who's picked this.
Check her staff sheet real quick.
Okay, I don't know.
It is supposed to be Silicosis pick right now.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, anyways, I just wanna like remind everyone that the stream client is not entirely integrated into the system yet, so there might be some weird errors here and there, but this is Silicosis pick. Okay, so that is against my expectations then.
Yeah, I was like wondering, like, why would Manuel go into this pick? You see it already.
I see now.
I wonder if this is going to be the same situation as like Hook, where Manuel was like struggling a lot to like maintain the accuracy and even the combo too. I don't know, Silicosis is struggling too.
Yeah, both players are having an equal chance of messing up, as always.
God, this is such a close match. Like, we keep thinking we see close matches, and they keep getting closer.
It's never close enough. Oh.
Bleeding a little bit, but not too much. I mean, it definitely makes sense to see struggle, just because, like, both these players aren't obviously like the best Evelyn players. I mean, they're able to play it, just not like as perfectly as possible. I forgot the word.
Yeah. Proficient?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's fun seeing all these early releases and the act getting below 99. This is actually good competition. Like, this is the ideal range of accuracy that I want to see, because then it doesn't become like RNG where a miss would decide everything.
Yeah, absolutely. But it looks
However,
like those misses are starting to.
Yeah, however, these 6 misses, or whatever number is right now, may be sissy.
That's scary. Especially just given the fact that the lead is slightly in Silicosis' favor. Unless Silicosis misses, but I don't see that happening as much. I mean, I guess one thing too, especially like picking this like near the end, this pick becomes a lot more stamina intensive, especially once you're going through a lot of these elements, because you have to hold these elements while doing a lot of these other motions. That becomes really stamina intensive.
And like the entire second half of the match is just LNs, so it's like against their main skill set. So it requires a lot more like initial manpower than expected.
Yeah, especially because like the other elements we're coming off of, they don't really like test this skill set. So going into this one, it's kind of like going into like a jump stream core jack pick right into a tech file.
Maybe Manuel has the higher act, but the miss count is just killing it.
Yeah.
Actually,
I don't know.
The misses and the 50s, like all the slider breaks. Okay, I'm not even sure. Maybe the act is equal.
Yeah, because like if you look at the ratios, there's a difference. I mean, there's a lot less 200s from Manuel, but the other judgments, I don't know.
Yeah, okay, I was thinking LN2. What?
I don't like this. I don't like this pick, but maybe it works. I mean, there's only 2 left. So I don't know. I just don't like this because, like, I mean, obviously we saw how LN1 went, and obviously this isn't LN1, but the fact that, like, it has those anchors which become really coordination heavy, it makes this a lot harder to just play, like, pure density.
I guess LN5 is indeed the more Rice player-friendly one, because, like, it represents the side of glorified Rice after all.
Yeah. No. I feel like this could be really bad if the score bleeds a little bit more into Silicosis side, but we'll have to wait and see.
Is it common to switch skins within the match? Like, I always use a different skin for Rice and LNs, hybrids.
I mean, maybe that's what's trying to happen. Like, maybe switching to an Ellen skin with maybe more or less Percy to make reading this easier or getting better at.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the act. You already see it being a little bit higher than some of the other ones. Or I could just speak too soon. That's fine too.
Yeah, I think all the picks are not beneficial, so it's just trying to minimize the damage at this point. Or not.
I don't really know if that made much of a difference because we still see like a lot of early releases from both of them.
Yeah, I'm seeing Silicosis tanking on the releases more as well, even on the releasing early to the point of a 50.
Yeah, it's starting to get to a point where the accuracy advantage is starting to go towards Manuel, and it's starting to slowly bleed into his side.
And then this doesn't help either. Congratulations, the anchors already got you now, and I wonder how it will make you bleed on the second half.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely what Manuel needs, especially like with the fact that we're slowly getting into the final score. And I mean, I doubt it's going to go into a 50k lead, especially like with the lead now and how both of these players have been playing.
Yeah. Which And considering the current lead, if Manuel gets the score here, then the final scoring will be even more nerve-wracking. It's all for the cinema. I called it!
This is what we need! That was really dirty. Oh my god, even more. Oh!
That might be the keycap issue that I've been talking about. Like, this one is a very keycap, like, against weak keycaps.
Yeah, especially because it's LN.
What is that, 6K? And a lot of anchors.
Okay, that's not a lot. That's not a lot. That's not a lot.
Well, that's just 5,000 towards Manuel. Anything can happen at this point.
That's not a lot,
of course,
dude.
It's a keyboard issue from Silicosis. Oh my god.
This is going to be such an exciting final score.
We need to. Okay, I will. Okay, the next thing is the final scoring rate. I need to confirm so that I can make a ping. Okay, I will make a ping. Hello, Poidy. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm excited, dude. This song is so good too.
I only picked the best songs, minus the quarterfinals tiebreaker. That was an extreme wonder.
I love the part of this song, like after like the hybrid section when it goes into like the pure rice. Like you just hear it. You can hear how good it is.
You can hear the patterns just from the song alone. Your keyboard is disintegrating right in front of your eye.
God, I don't know. I'm so nervous. I don't know who has the advantage on this. I mean, we saw Manuel have the advantage in the hybrids.
Oh my god. If the keyboard's disintegration is a chemical process, then the final scoring is going to be the catalyst.
Oh, that was good.
I feel so academic.
I think both these players are going to have an issue. I mean, Silicosis is having that keyboard issue, but Manuel's sweating. If you let that get to you, especially on a pick that's this long, your keycap starts to feel slippery as well.
Sweat has that aspect, but also one thing. I know Vic Sao, who is a Vietnam player. He got sweat in his eyes and it temporarily blinded him. So sweat is a very annoying natural factor.
Yeah, sweat's such a dangerous factor, especially when you're this far in the match and you barely even have a lead. This is barely a lead. We're talking like 2 misses? Maybe 1 miss too.
1 miss, in my opinion, but maybe in this high physicality map, it could be like 2 to 3 misses.
Yeah.
It was such a right choice to make a dance right section here, because there's a long break right after, but it's long enough that it drains your stamina in a reasonable way.
Yeah, it gives you that kind of like warm-up that you're going to need, but it gives you that break to somewhat get back into the, I guess, condition that you need to be.
Yeah, you need that stamina.
God, I'm so scared. I mean, we saw Manuel have a little bit of an attack deficit.
I would say Silicosis is naturally a... okay, continuing what I said, Silicosis is, in my opinion, a bit ahead in skill, but loose keycaps are going to really, worsen your performance.
Yeah, this stop and go pattern right here, I think it's definitely going to hurt both of them a lot. I think it's going to be a matter of who gets the first miss in this pattern specifically.
Yeah, even if you don't get misses, you may have a lot of early releases because this part is so coordination heavy. Like it forces you to hold
Oh.
in unnatural ways. Oh, okay, that is kind of a clean miss though, and the accuracy
I love
from
this part.
Manwell is so high. This is the true tiebreaker part. Like, what genre do you want to make? Yes.
Oh, that part is so intense, and the fact that the score lead is so close makes it even more intense.
Silicosis definitely needs that like combo advantage. I jinxed it. That is probably dirty miss for Silicosis as well, giving Arrow the emerald advantage in this part. No miss.
God, this is so dangerous, especially with this Ellen aspect being so much more heavier.
It's all for the better because the Ellens are invalidated on high physicality context.
Yeah, I mean, even then, like with some of these like parts, it becomes so coordination heavy, even if you don't expect it. Oh,
The nerves are so heavy that Manuel is missing on the easy parts.
I mean, even then, he's still winning just barely, though. But they get a long break, so.
Silicosis needs at least about 479. Or wait, it would be funny if there's like an actual tie, but that's like a 1 in a million chance.
Oh, it's closing in.
Well, 3 misses for 5,000 scores.
Getting into this techie part, I don't really know who it favors. I mean, we saw Manuel, I guess, do a little bit better when it came to like the techier files.
It favors no one because I am a sadist, and Silicosis is currently winning if the score lead doesn't change.
I could see a change. Yeah, right there, right there!
Anything can change right now. We're at the final third of the map.
Dude, it's going back and forth. Who's winning?
Everyone's trading blunders back to back.
Oh my god, it's going back and forth.
It's going into the hundreds right now.
Oh my god, the nerves have to be so high if they can see what's happening. I know that it is so nerve-wracking watching this.
This build-up, this is like the craziest nerve like a accelerator, kinda.
Oh! Silicosis!
This next part is an entire different skill set though, so anyone can miss there. It is still so unpredictable.
Silicosis still has just a little bit of an advantage, probably from that combo, but he's gonna have to hope Manuel misses a lot more, especially on a part like this one that's so choke heavy.
Okay, but Silicosis is dropping a lot more ag. Now, Manuel needs to miss for Silicosis to have that little bit of hope, and when both players' ag is below 99, that kinda needs like 3 misses, and the miss comes from Silicosis instead.
There's still one section left. There's still one section left. It could change.
Yeah, and that last section isn't any lighter either, so anything could happen. Silicosis is having a very dirty performance on that build-up. That transition was completely ruined.
Oh, both of them are starting to mess it up. You see so many grades coming from both of them, but it's slowly getting to the end.
And, well, seems like Memo is getting it. Finally, that perseverance paid off.
Dude, that's such a small score lead.
It's already small going in. Anything could happen. Just so the closest probably like, probably have number 1 the keycap issues, number 2 the nerves, number 3 the transitions are really dirty. Like if you sight read them, it's very hard to maximize your score.
Holy, this is such a huge accuracy versus combo. It seems like this time accuracy won.
Well, Manuel is now going to proceed to finals and grand finals. Maybe his physicality like bias shine on these later stages.
What a performance from both of them. Holy, that was such a match to watch.
I'm not even sure if the 3 misses from Silicosis is just 3 misses because slider break
counted
to the 50s, not the misses.
Yeah. god. This isn't even like the end either. There's still another match for him.
Yeah. But that is
absolute cinema.
it was going to be like very late into the day. Like the Ime versus Manuel match is 15 UTC. So the Mapu Showcase will be later than that. So we're just trying to make things work now. So
yeah, stay tuned for that
for
match.
the next match. Yep.
I'm excited to watch that one. Ime versus Manuel. I won't make any predictions. I guess we'll just have to wait for that.
Yeah. I think Manuel will have a lot of trouble against the Ellen picks because Ime's doing a lot better in the Ellen department. Even if not as good as an Ellen main, that's still like a pretty sufficient upper hand.
Oh yeah. Oh man. I guess we can end it here.
Silicosis, if you're here, please urge your freaking shipper to get your keyboards to ASAP, whatever.
Yeah, so that's been it. I've been your commentators, No. I'll be signing out. Thank you, Epsilon, for this wonderful stream.
Thank you, Epsilon, for the stream, Mary for the rep, everyone for right now for watching, and Snow for being my commentator. And we'll see you in 15 UTC for the final match of the week. See ya!
See ya!